Curti with her speech, ABC to Diversity.
Thank you, Jim. For my evaluator, I'm not sure who it is today, I have not prepared my speech on purpose, so I'm going to just wing it. And if you can just have your objectives to that. ABC to diversity. I'm just going to give you a little context. When people meet me, I'm always subjected to really strange questions. Oh, you sound American. I'm not American. You're Indian, but your accent is different. Well, that's because my parents are Indian. What? You're Dutch? Well, my passport last time told me that. So you live in the Netherlands? No, I live in the Caribbean. Netherlands is in Europe. Oh, but there's a part in Curacao. I live with this narrative every day. So when people say diversity is a tick in the box, I think, how much should we talk about it? Because everybody rolls their eyes. But if you're like me, a multiplicity of identity, leadership is undergoing a big shift. And I'm going to explain to you what has 20 years of running a yoga center had shared with me, and why I invite leaders today, if you're going to communicate with others, it's time to set your old thoughts aside and challenge your narrative. So I'm going to teach you 3 steps, the A, the B, to the C. We're going to start with the A. A is acceptance and awareness. I know it sounds like a cliche. We all heard about mindfulness. They get on the box too. But what I'm asking you is awareness of one's values, one's beliefs, and one's heritage. I'm going to give you an example. I had a client called Ivan. I'm going to use a different name. Ivan could not walk. He was losing his ability with his legs and his body. When I got him on the phone, I was like, I can't understand you. I said, come to the center. And he came. And when he came, he was walking slowly. He says, I don't have much time. I said, okay, why are you coming here in the yoga center? He says, because the doctors have given up all hope on me. Okay. I said, what is your biggest wish? To kick a football with my son. Think about that for a moment when it comes to our priorities. So we knew the reality was that's not going to happen. So I went to my team. There was one lady who was from the Netherlands and one from India. And they both came and they said, Kirti, you need to give him more mantras. You want me to tell him to om away? Yeah, om away. But he's not Indian. He's not Hindu. No, Kirti. No. We must only stretch his body. But what is that going to do with his mind? Inside of me, my Dutch, Caribbean, and Indian were struggling. What do you do? And so I said, I'm going to speak to the main person and build awareness about his values and beliefs and what matters to him. And for a few years, he did it. Every week he came and he did it. And he did kick a football with his son. But it was short, but he did it. From a leadership perspective, my request to you is this. Sometimes, when it comes to diversity, your narrative is not their narrative. So if you want to understand how to communicate with someone, find out the other person's narrative. Listen before speaking. The second is the B, and I call this from bragging about yourself to having a beginner's mind. Recently I was in a corporate and they said, Kirti, the women are not giving presentations. All right, let's step in. It just took one session of a one-to-one from someone from Asia to tell me exactly why they're not standing on the stage. And you'd be surprised. They're not interested in bragging about themselves. That's not culture. For them, it's about purpose, collectiveness, and impressions in front of their leaders. Beginner's mind is a very ancient understanding where, again, you just step yourself aside and take all your knowledge, all your credibility. Stop making it about you and make it about the other person. By stepping your knowledge aside for a moment and listening with a beginner's mind. At the end of that session, one thing they all took away was their own leadership style. Kirti, today I know when to say what I need to say to who I need to say. To me, that is success. Not a tick in the box for diversity. It's learning to open a room to make someone speak. That only happens with a beginner's mind. My last one is the C. Consideration. Consider the choices of your words. I make a room uncomfortable. I'm very aware of it. I make it uncomfortable because A, I'm a woman, I'm Indian, and people don't expect me to say something. It still happens, and everybody feels bad about it. When I had one of my last students come to me, she was Christian, and she was told not to walk through the center, but she had an open heart surgery without anesthesia. I had to choose my values and beliefs and the choices of my words when I speak. Today we live in diversity. I ask you, think about your ABCs when it comes to your leadership.